The Dark Moment. Based on a far-off memory. When I was 6 years old, my best friend and I were in the old semi-haunted house I used to live in when I was a kid. The house used to be the very first gas station in a little town in the middle of nowhere. Today the town is much bigger, but back when that gas station was built there were hardly anyone out in those boonies. One day during a little party my mom was having something strange happen. It's kinda hard to explain, but my friend and I experienced a terror lasting a minute or so that I still remember many, many years later. We were in the kitchen before the time of twilight when the sun was setting and it was getting a bit darker outside, which was making it a bit darker inside. I could hear the sound of our parents and the other grown-ups across the house in the living room. There were a couple white candles on the kitchen table that were giving off warm flickering orange light. We walked past the table, but when we got to the other side of the kitchen and looked back, the candles which were lit only seconds before were out and the house was suddenly much darker and eerily quiet. A chill ran down my spine as the atmosphere changed from warm and fuzzy to dark and haunting. I remember the two of us screaming and running back and forth across the house looking for the grown-ups, stopping in the doorways of the darkened rooms. I remember a scary painting we froze in terror in front of, which I oddly have no other recollection of. The painting was a religious Christian scene, which is odd because my mom only hung Hinduism art. There was something off about that painting because my friend and I screamed even louder and turned to statues for a few seconds, not being able to take our eyes off the oil on canvas. Just as fast as it started, the house was lighter, felt happier, and we finally found our parents, which didn't even hear us screaming. They were happily hanging out and talking in the living room and had no idea what we were scared of. I still wonder what this horrifying moment of terror was all about. My friend and I never had a fright like this before or after. It was as if we passed into the darker in-between dimension.